Hey, Jake, I would have to answer your question, are you good with... Of course you're good, man. Burritos? Burritos are like the food of the gods, man. So eat more burritos is what I'd have to say. So, Jake, since we are on this whole health kick on the channel here, I decided to actually think about the situation that I'm in at work, which is we have this thing at work called the Water Club. And what the Water Club is, essentially, and I'm sure a lot of places have it very similar, we have a water cooler, which is pretty typical, I think, in an office environment. However, our water cooler actually does require a subscription service. The subscription for our water cooler is actually $5 a month, so you are looking at paying $5 every month that you want to drink water out of that water cooler. Now, you can always bring your own water from home, but ultimately, I mean, if you are a big water drinker, it's something that you will want to invest into in my place of business, so that way you can always have free water on hand at all times. But I am not just satisfied with drinking water and trying to walk more. I, like I do in most of my video games, want to monopolize absolutely everything. So I decided to crunch some numbers. Over the course of the last week, I decided to count all the steps that I take throughout the day that involve the water cooler. And that is, of course, the steps that involve leaving my desk, going to the water cooler, and coming back to my desk. And then, of course, since I'm drinking water a lot, I'm also using the bathroom a lot more, so I calculated out those steps as well. And as it turns out, I take about 70 steps one way to the bathroom, which is 140 total both ways, and 10 steps to the water cooler, which is 20 steps both ways. So I went ahead and added those up and tried to see how many steps that I would take throughout the day by drinking more water. Now, I'm basing this estimation on getting 5 glasses of water a day and using the bathroom four times a day. The key trick here is to use a small glass so you're getting up and going to the water fountain more than a normal amount. So instead of getting a large bottle, get a small glass of water, like a mug. So that way you are up and down a lot more often, which will get you, in turn, more steps throughout the day. So if we take the amount of steps, which is 20, and go to and from the fountain 5 times a day, we're looking at about 100 steps per day gained, which will then multiplicatively add together over the course of 5 days, which would be 500 steps. And then if you add that, you times that by 4, and you can get the amount of steps per month, and you can go on that way. That's not a whole lot of steps per day, but, you know, it definitely adds up. Now, if we take our bathroom trips per day and we add those together, you're going to look at about 660 steps per day on going back and forth to the bathroom, which will calculate into about 3,300 per week, 13,200 per month, and 158,000 per year. Yeah, I crunched all those numbers out. But the point is, again, it's a decent enhancement on the totality of being able to do this back and forth, but we're really not getting a whole large amount of steps out of this whole equation. So I'm stuck thinking there's got to be something more that I can get out of this, some way that I can do better. And Jake, that's when I realized that I was looking at this in a whole wrong perspective. I shouldn't be looking at this in the amount of steps that I can gain per day. I should be looking at this in the amount of money that I'm making drinking water per day. This is the part where it gets interesting, Jake. If I calculate out the approximate time that it takes me to go to and from the water fountain and refill my mug, and then also add to that the amount of time it takes on average to run to the bathroom for a quick break, I come up with 3 minutes for the bathroom and 1 minute for the refilling of the cup. So if we look at it at 1 minute for refilling our cup, 1 minute per refill is 5 minutes per day. 5 minutes per day turns into 25 minutes per week. 25 minutes per week will then turn into 100 minutes per month. And then 100 minutes per month into years is 1,200 minutes per month, which actually calculates out into a full 20 hours worth of paid time to refill my cup at the water fountain. Now, to talk about our bathroom breaks, which we take 4 of per day, and that takes 3 minutes each, we multiply that out into the amount of time it takes us to use the restroom for drinking water per year, and you are looking at 2,880 minutes per year, which calculates down into 48 hours for the course of a year to simply use the restroom. That calculates out into a total of, at minimum, 68 hours of work per year that you are getting paid to do nothing other than drink water and use the restroom. Now, of course, Jake, you can take this to even further extremes by drinking more water, walking slower to and fro, taking a longer period of time to wash your hands in the bathroom. You can do any number of things to exponentially multiply this. But even 68 hours worth of free time that I'm getting paid just to drink water is pretty crazy. So, Jake, my question to you and to all of our viewers playing along at home is, what do you guys do to make money for free? Let me know in the comments below, and until next time, you'll be fine. Probably.